Once upon a time in an ancient mountain province, there lived a young warrior named Renji who dreamed of becoming the most legendary fighter in the realm. He spent countless hours speaking about his future triumphs, studying tales of historic battles, and picturing himself standing victorious before cheering crowds. Renji imagined mastering every weapon, learning complex strategies, and restoring honor to his family name. He truly believed that such powerful ambition would naturally carry him to greatness. Yet when the moment arrived to train, Renji always found reasons to delay the hard work. He told himself the air was too cold, the rain too heavy, his body too tired, or that he needed to perfect his plans before he began. Years passed, and while Renji's dreams expanded like a rising storm, his skills remained small and fragile. Younger fighters who trained daily began to surpass him. One by one, they moved ahead while he remained where he had started. Slowly, painfully, Renji understood a truth he had long avoided. His dreams had not strengthened him, they had weakened him. His ambition without action had left him frustrated, unprepared, and burdened with regret. This story reveals something deeper about human nature. Renji believed that clear goals and strong desire would automatically push him into action, but his identity as a visionary created a gap between what he wanted and what he was willing to endure. He found comfort in imagining victory rather than embracing the discomfort of repetition. He discovered, as many eventually do, that motivation cannot close the distance between wishing and working. In fact, the more he spoke of his future accomplishments without acting, the more his mind rewarded him as though he had already achieved them. His imagination gave him a false sense of progress. His dreams became a quiet trap, and his inaction became his silent downfall. The old warriors understood how dangerous this gap between wanting and doing could be. Dreams without effort slowly drain time, and time once gone can never be reclaimed. The greater the goal, the easier it becomes to feel overwhelmed by its distance. When the summit looks too far away, we delay taking the first step. We convince ourselves that planning is progress, that thinking is moving forward. Yet while we plan endlessly, we drift further from the discipline that shapes skill. The mind prefers comfort, the body resists strain, and so we wait. Long ago, a master swordsman named Master Takumi grasped this truth. Unlike those who sought transformation through sudden inspiration, Takumi devoted himself to steady daily effort. He understood that greatness is rarely born from bursts of passion. It grows from quiet, repeated action. Though warriors were remembered for dramatic battles, their strength was forged in simple routines. They trained when they were tired. They practiced when conditions were harsh. Training was not an event. It was a way of living. To wait for motivation before beginning is like waiting for clear skies before starting a journey. You may wait forever while others who walk through the rain reach their destination. The truth is simple yet powerful. Motivation does not create action. Action creates motivation. Movement generates momentum. Momentum produces energy. Energy then feels like inspiration. Those who achieve the most are rarely the ones who feel inspired each day. They are the ones who act even when inspiration is absent. They move before they feel ready. The ancient warriors preserved this wisdom in the teaching of the path of one step, the philosophy of small, steady improvement. A mountain is climbed one step at a time, not by staring at its peak and wishing to stand there. Each step may appear insignificant, yet when repeated, it carries the climber upward. Each effort may feel small, yet when consistent, it builds mastery. Imagine a young apprentice who feels too lazy to train, but chooses to practice a single sword form every morning. His companions laugh at his modest effort and call it meaningless. Yet he persists. Day after day, he repeats the same motion. Over time, the movement becomes natural. His balance strengthens. His timing sharpens. His discipline deepens. Months later, he discovers that his foundation allows him to advance effortlessly, while his companions, who waited for bursts of motivation, remain at the beginning. In this way, a small, repeated act proves more powerful than a grand, unexecuted plan. The lesson stands clear. Preparation without practice is disguised procrastination. Talking without doing creates the illusion of progress while leaving the individual unchanged. Waiting for motivation is surrendering control of one's future to unstable emotion. The ancient masters knew that strength lies not in feeling prepared, but in acting despite resistance. Lord Kenshiro, one of the great teachers of his era, once said, "The blade that waits for perfect conditions never leaves its sheath. If you wait for the ideal moment, you may wait forever." Those words echo through time because they speak to a universal weakness. Our desire for motivation often hides fear. We fear discomfort when tired. We fear the strain of pushing forward when energy fades. We fear that effort may not produce immediate reward. Yet discipline does not demand that fear disappear. Discipline demands movement through it. True strength is not the ability to act when everything feels ideal. True strength is the ability to act when nothing feels ideal. The warrior's way to overcome laziness is simple, though not easy. Begin with small daily actions, no matter how minor they appear. Do not wait for readiness, because readiness is often an illusion. Do not rely on emotion, because feelings rise and fall like wind. Instead, rely on habit and commitment, because they endure. As the warriors once declared, "I am not ruled by my emotions. I am guided by my resolve." Strength is not saying, "I feel like training." Strength is saying, "I will train whether I feel like it or not." The power to act without waiting for motivation is the power to shape one's destiny. Every life is sculpted not by dreams alone, but by the small daily choices that support them. Renji's regret came not from lacking ambition, but from postponing effort. When he finally replaced delay with discipline, his path began to change. The same truth applies to anyone who has ever said, "I will begin tomorrow." Tomorrow offers comfort, but today builds strength. Greatness does not belong to those who imagine it most vividly. It belongs to those who practice consistently. The summit is reached not by wishing to stand there, but by climbing. The sword becomes sharp not by admiring it, but by using it. Time moves whether we act or not. The only question is whether we move with it. The lesson endures. Ambition without action leads to regret. Small daily effort leads to mastery. Do not wait for motivation to rescue you. Let action create it. Let commitment guide you. Thank you for watching.